In this video, we will use NetMiner to open files and look at the data structure. First, let's open the NetMiner software that we installed earlier on in the previous video. When you open NetMiner, you can see the empty screen written Untitled Project. When you install NetMiner, a sample data file to use for practice is automatically saved in your computer. We will open this sample data and look at its structure. Go to the File menu and click on Open. Next, go to the C drive, for example, the local disk C. Then, click on the Users folder. The name of this folder on your computer will be the name of your computer account. The folder name might be different depending on your account ID settings. Click on this folder. Here, you will see a NetMiner folder. Inside this folder, there is a folder called Sample Data. Open the folder and go to the SciRAM dataset folder. Inside here, you will be able to see a lot of data folders. Go to the OrgNet Tiny1 data folder. Inside this folder, there is a file within the file name extension NMF, for example, a NetMiner file. Click on the OrgNet Tiny1 file to open it. This dataset consists of both node data and link data. I will discuss a bit more about this dataset in detail. First, the red check label indicates the main node among these various node sets. The name of this node set is employee. The data is a structured data of a relationship network between the employees or workers within a company. The main node selected in this data is employee. You can learn more about this in the Importing and Editing Data video. The employees, thus nodes, are represented by this white square icon. Below this node set, you can see various sub-node sets. A node set on clubs, interest items, and commodities, showing a total of 4 node sets. Out of this, only the employee node set is ticked with the red check. You can input several node sets on NetMiner, but to create a one-mode network, you have to select one as main node set. Here, you can see that the employee node set was selected as the main node set when the data was imported. Now, we will open this node set. Double-click here, and you can open the node set. Inside the node set, you can see the node list and node attributes. Each of these columns are the node attribute. In the sample data you are seeing now, you can see the node attributes of the employees. These include information on the employee's gender, education, job ranking, department, duration, and age. Now, let's look at the other node sets. If you double-click on the clubs node set, you can see that this node set is made of the club nodes. The clubs are the nodes, and each node's attribute is each club attribute shown in the columns. This includes the name of the club, who the manager is, the meeting day, meeting time, and how many members there are in each club. As you can see, there are various node sets. If you look below each node set, you can also see the network data. First, looking at the main node set, there are many types of relationships between employees. These different network data can express the various relationships. As you see here, there are numerous networks that are relevant to the main node set. These are called layers. Thus, among the 22 employees in the same node set, there are many different relationships. If each of these relationships are expressed using network data, they are named as different layers. Now, let's have a look at each network data separately. First, double-click on the Work Interact network data. Inside, just looking at the name of the network, you can assume that the network is about the interaction between the workers, particularly about their work. Thus, it is linked data about who usually works with who. One of the mandatory elements of linked data is the source. This indicates which source the link starts from. For instance, if a survey is conducted, the news that gives responses would be found in the source. Next, we will see which nodes are connected to the source node. Let's say if Steven mentioned Robert, the node that becomes a target would be Robert. Thus, if the nodes in the source mention, select, or indicate a relationship with the node, that node becomes a target node. Now, let's have a look at the weight. For links based on survey results, the weight of those links is determined by how the survey was designed. In terms of the data we are using now, when Thomas was asked to select 5 people he works with the most often and rank them in the order of importance from 5 to 1, the weight represents this ranking. Thus, Thomas mentioned Anthony with a weight of 1, indicating that if he selected 5 people in the order of importance, the last person is Anthony. This means that it is important when collecting the data to consider how you are going to assign the weight values for your data. This will be discussed in more detail in future NetMiner learning courses. If you look at the bottom here, data shown in the source, target, weight format is called an edge list. This is a list with edges compiled, which is another word for links. Thus, edges and links mean the same thing. Also, if you click on the matrix tab below, you can see the data in a matrix format. The edge list and matrix show the same information, but are just expressed differently. As you saw on the edge list previously, Thomas sent Anthony a link weighted 1, which you can see in the data displayed as a matrix here as well. Next, below the Work Interact data, you can see different types of relationships from the network data. While the first network data we saw was on work interaction relationships, the second network data is on friend relationships. The third one is on relationships between people who get personal help from others. If you double-click on this network data, not only can you see the weight, but 2 other attributes added to the linked data. The fourth data is on relationships that people know personally, and the fifth data is on relationships where people get help for their work. As you can see here, there are numbers inside squared brackets next to the node data and linked data. The numbers in the front inside the squared brackets next to the node set indicate the number of nodes. Thus, there are 22 nodes here. The number 6 behind indicates the number of node attributes or columns. If you open the Work Interact link set, based on the edge list, there are 89 links as shown here. The number of link attributes are shown in the back if they have any attributes. For instance, the Personal Help with Attribute data has 2 link attributes in addition to the weight, so it has a number 2 indicated here. It is important to remember that the numbers for the network data are based on the edge list. Next, you can see below the subnode set that we saw before, a 2-mode link set called Club Affiliation. Let's double-click this two-mode link set. Likewise for this data, you can see the data in the format of an edge list and matrix. The characteristic of this data is that it illustrates the link between the employees, which are the main nodes, and the club node set, one of the 3 sub-node sets we saw. This link information in club affiliation shows which employee has registered to which club. Below each sub-node set, you can see a two-mode network data on the relationship with the main node set. Thus, NetMiner is structured so that you can look at a specified node set as both a one-mode network and two-mode network all at once. This type of data structure is a unique data structure compared to other software. It has a structure where you select one node set as the main and make your analysis consistent. You can continue to select a subnode limitlessly underneath, but can only select one node set as the main. For a one-mode network, you can have link sets added to the main node set only. So far, we looked at how to open and understand the content and structure of data. The current screen that you have your data on is the current work file. The node set and link sets that are currently open are grouped together and managed in a space as one work file. A work file consists of a dataset and process log. If you removed the check on the dataset, the datasets are hidden. When you run a menu on NetMiner, a menu execution list is left in the Sessions tab. The recorded logs together combined is called the process log. Since you must record a log of any processes that you did, it is recorded here in this area. Thus, a work file consists of a dataset and process log. Down here, you can also see a work file tree. Including the work file you have seen, you can have multiple work files in one project file. A work file tree is a function where you can move a particular dataset or a structure to express a particular dataset when it is extracted or separated into smaller parts. Let's look at the screen and summarize and organize NetMiner's data structure through a bigger picture overall. As you can see in this table, a project file is at the top. You can think of this as one NMF file. In an NMF file, there can be multiple work files. A work file includes a main node set, subnode set, and session. A dataset consists of a main node set and subnode set. Multiple work files can be managed in a work file tree. The links between nodes within the main node set is a one-mode network. And it is structured in a way that the links are connected to the main node set. If there is a link between the nodes of the main node set and nodes of a subnode set, it is named as a two-mode network. A two-mode network represents the relationships between the main nodes and subnodes. Multiple types of such two-mode networks can exist, as there can be multiple subnode sets. By changing the subnode set, various two-mode networks can exist. It is important to remember that while there can also be various one-mode networks, which is a network built within the same node set, it has the characteristic that the node set does not change. What we saw and explained on the NetMiner screen is summarized here. We talked about the main node set and one-mode network, and what the numbers inside the square brackets mean. We also talked about what a sum-node set and two-mode network is, and how each network could be seen in either an edge list or matrix format. Also, how a log is recorded in a session when a menu is run. This area with the sessions, query set, selection, is the process log. When you run an analysis, as a log is recorded under the session, even after numerous different analyses are conducted at the same time, you can return to the log to look at analysis you have done previously. In fact, even if you close the session, the selected options and results during the analysis remain unchanged, so you can run them again. A query set is where you can extract specific parts of the data and store this conditioned analysis. Finally, when you visualize your data, so you create a network map and want to select specific nodes from the map and save these nodes, you can see these in the Selection tab. In this video, we have looked at how to open a file and look at the data structure in NetMiner. For the next video, we will practice importing and editing data. Thank you.